Good evening, skin enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Yes, just 2 days ago, all of these skins rotated into the rust store, and basically, in this video, we're going to look at their progress based on sales and try and figure out, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so of course you can probably be well aware that we're currently looking at the first 24 hours of sales. With every brand new Rust store, 24 hours later I'll go to scmem.app, take a screenshot of all the sales and I'll tweet it out. And the ridiculous thing with this week was well, you can probably notice it very easily. Neon Small Med Storage did over 25,000 subscribers after only 24 hours. So I did end up making a video going over this, which you can see right here. Neon Small Boxes, Momentum and Future. What's going to happen to them? Well, I'll give you a quick brief run through. Basically, it's kind of in the position now where everybody's just expecting that we're definitely going to get a set of these. How many will that be? It'll probably be 6, 10, maybe even more. Don't fully know. But if you can remember, Fuel Storage, the first small box that we got, that did over 20,000 subscribers, which in its own right is also ridiculous. Following that, we had the likes of the Food Storage, which only did just over 18,000 only, but still, it was looking like it was selling just as much, and it almost did in the end. But with what we see here, people are now very comfortable with the idea that we're very likely to get even more of these, probably throughout the rest of the summer, that they're just going wild. They're grabbing a whole bunch of these. They're just expecting that every single one of these small boxes is just going to comfortably rise up in price and sell for a profit. And that's turning into a problem, because far too many people are doing it. So if you want to fully understand the worry in regards to these storages, please consider watching this video that I uploaded earlier today. It goes a lot more in depth in explaining what people are thinking, what the likely results are going to be, and we can already notice a problem with the likes of the small food storage. In short, there's a lot of people who are now listing a ton of them now, and if you were to go take a look at these on the Steam market, you'll see it for yourself. But we'll save that for a bit. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we talk about the med storage. Other than that, we also look at the likes of the Tempered Sheet Metal Double Door. Please do not forget, we have the Bellum Twitch event starting on Monday, June 10 until June 17. We are going to see the likes of the Sheet Metal Double Door, the Bellum Sheet Metal Double Door, a generic drop which will be given away for free. That not only is also glow in the dark, it's also a transparent Sheet Metal Double Door. And we were questioning, would that negatively affect the likes of this Tempered Sheet Metal Double Door? Well, after the first 24 hours, it still did over 9,000 subscribers. That comfortably looks like it's going to still do over 20,000 sales by next Thursday, most likely. So, yeah, doesn't seem to be that troubled, in short. And then all of these other skins selling ever so nicely, but one notable detail is the Chameleon Tier 2. After the first 24 hours of sales, it only did just over 5,000 subscribers, well, at least for the kilt. These two are just short of 5,000. If we were to go further back, well, with the first 24 hours of sales for the likes of the hoodie and pants here, well, that only barely did just over 4,000 sales for the two of them there. And if we look at the likes of the Tier 3, that did almost 7,000 subscribers. So at the current rate, it looks like Tier 2 is going to probably end up wedged in the middle between the likes of the hoodie and the pants and the Tier 3 for total sales. And there wasn't really that much of a difference, was there? So again, that's something for us to bring up when we talk about the skins a little bit later. So let's hop out of here, and here is the first 48 hours of sales. So, shall we jump in? Shall we start going through all of these skins in order of sales and question, is everything still holding up perfectly fine? Alright, let's jump in. Okay, Neon Small Med Storage. So, if I quickly go to the front page of the Steam market, you can see Small Fuel and Small Food are currently sat there nice and comfortable. Now, I just want to quickly bring this to your attention. Small Food Storage only did just over 40,000 subscribers, only, but it wasn't as much compared to the likes of Small Fuel, which did 46,000 plus. It doesn't matter that much, because as I look at Small Fuel right now, you can see it's comfortably sitting here at just about $3, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing too much about that. Very spread out. There's a 21 there, which is a bit questionable, but I'm under the impression someone probably bought these out. That might have happened earlier today. So if I just quickly go down over to here. Yeah, liquidity please. Yeah, someone probably just bought out a chunk of them, tried to make it appear to be a lot more valuable. But regardless, they have strong momentum, because of course we've been getting a skin accepted every week so far, and I wouldn't be surprised that there'll be another one supplied this weekend. And of course that'll lead to, well, even more momentum, because we're just going to keep getting more and more and more of these until we don't. Alright, so please consider watching the Neon Storage Future video, Momentum and Future video that I uploaded earlier today. It really will kind of paint a picture to you that when it stops, there's going to be problems. Whilst it's currently sitting here at $3, what's this going to look like around October time? I worry it's going to go down to around $1. Even though it has all these borders now, they very likely won't be there forever. So to get the full picture, consider watching the video, because we looked at the behaviour with the food storage here, and my oh my, it's got 500 quantity on the Steam market, and it's already sat down at around $1.73. So let's put it this way, if you bought this for $1.49, at best you could probably make a penny profit now, because people have decided to unload their stock. 40, 122, 25, that ain't looking any better. And I worry now, I truly worry, what Small Med's going to look like next week. How much quantity are we going to see in the Steam market? How big is the resistance going to be? Because remember, small food sold less than compared to the fuel storage, and yet the fuel storage is looking so much more healthy. So, too many people getting involved. And what's the likely outcome? It'll very likely go below its restore price at some point. Far too many got bought. Far too many are being listed on third-party sites and the Steam market. So, with this currently sitting here at 34,000 subscribers, 2 days in, 34,000 subscribers, we are just short from matching up to small food storage. That did a whole week. This is 2 days. Do you understand the craziness of the sales with the likes of this? So, what's the likely outcome for the small meds? Well, I kind of painted a perfect picture when I talked about it in the video that I uploaded earlier. It don't look pretty. It honestly looks like only small fuel is going to be doing quite nicely. Let's put it that way. It's going to be doing nicely because that happened to be the first small box. Everything else that comes out after it is going to give it a boost. Nice boost in demand, a boost in price. But it will still eventually go down in price once we hit the autumn-fall seasonal dip. So just to get this point across, the autumn-fall seasonal dip is the period of time between September to November. Once we reach around December and January, it's like Christmas time and post-Christmas, there's a lot of money that's going to get thrown at the game. People have time off, they play the game. But it's during this period of time where kids go back to school. So you might be surprised that we just had 175,000 people playing this past Thursday, which easily surpassed last year's June Force White. But it's because the kids are out of school in North America. And next month, it'll be the European kids as well. Yeah, so don't be surprised the player count's going to keep rising and rising and rising because, well, lots more people are currently playing, lots more people are wanting to buy skins, prices in general are expected to keep going up, but of course more people buying from Rust stores as well. So with the likes of this, it's going to probably do about 50,000 subscribers. And remember, subscriber count is the absolute bare minimum. We know for sure right now that 34,261 individual people have bought that skin. By Thursday, I reckon 50,000. But we don't know how many they bought. They might have only bought one for themselves. That's fine. They like it. They want it. They want one in their base. That's cool. But some people might have bought 10. Some people might have bought 50. Some people might have bought 100. Subscriber count is always correct, but we just don't know how many each person bought. So I sit here and say if that does about 50,000 subscribers, don't be surprised if there's around 60 or 70,000 of these truly in circulation. There's going to be a lot. And understanding that, you'd realise that when the kids go back to school and we have less people playing, what happens quite a lot is a lot of people dump their skins. Oh, I'm not playing Rust for another 3 or 4 months now. I'm just going to unload everything on the Steam market, grab whatever money I can, and I'll come back to it later, maybe around Christmas time. So everybody decides to sell. Tons of listings then appear. This is what it currently looks like. Tons of listings will appear around September, October. The prices will drop off much lower than what you currently see, and it will get real bad. But if you sell everything during the likes of the summertime, June and July, August is fine as well, but June and July are expected to be better. Get that money whilst you can. Once it reaches a rock bottom price around October time, which tends to happen every single year, you could buy in again, buy it at its cheapest. Wait until January, sell again, make a good flip. It's easy. This is a routine thing that happens every single year. But with these neon storages, it perfectly showcases the potential problems with skins if you're going to keep buying tons of them during the summer. So here's my smart answer for all of you. Looking at that right now, I know it's abnormal. We can look at that on Wednesday, but it doesn't matter. It's selling ridiculously. I'm probably just going to stick with doing a $1 barter on that. And I'm not joking. I will not be surprised in the slightest if at some point around October time, it gets much, much cheaper. And to all of you newer people that might be watching this video, you might be sitting there saying, Hedge, but all these neon storages here, the original ones, they got so expensive. Well, during their first year or so, there was tons of them on the Steam market and third-party sites, and they weren't super expensive back then. This took years to get this to this point. Please understand, that took 3 years to graciously rise up in price, but it wasn't an instant. Now, for some of the earlier ones, yeah, they got expensive quickly because nobody truly understood a storage collection back then. This was like the best, or rather, this was like the go-to first proper example of a of a storage collection that came out. After that, we had the likes of Scientific, and we also had the likes of Graffiti, but this is the one that everybody knows of and seemingly everyone appreciates. So these first few ones that came out, they did so much better because so many more came out afterwards, and it only strengthened the demand for them and the the investment towards them, whatnot. So their values went up ever so nicely. But with the likes of these, they're recent. There's a lot of them that have been bought, and there's going to be a lot of them that are going to get thrown back onto the Steam market later this year. All right. So looking at that, you might sit there and say, Hedge, what if I just want to buy one to use it for myself? Mate, that's perfectly fine. That's not an investment. That's something for yourself. It's a lovely little gift, and I'm sure you're greatly going to appreciate it. But yeah, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But if you're looking at that thinking, I might want to buy 100 for an investment, you're better off just sticking with a buy order. Because once we reach around October time, well, it's going to be fun looking at all of these skins, isn't it? Because I wonder how low they eventually will go. And I will sit here and say this. Yeah, clearly they have a ton of demand. Look at how many individual people are buying this. There is clearly a ton of people that want these. But there's also a ton of people that are buying these in excess with the pure intent to sell. So, the moral of the story is far too many people jumped in expecting that it's going to be an easy profit. And at some point later down the line, it's going to go, the bubble will burst. The bubble will burst. That's the best example, and the prices are expected to drop off pretty badly. How low will it go? We'll just have to wait and see. So I've already made a video talking about what I expect for the future, and in the future I'll make a video looking at the result. We'll look at it in October, see how it ended up, and then of course we'll look at it again around January time and see what happened after that, because yeah, it'll go down, but it will go back up again. And in the future, the further future, will these small storages, when we end up with maybe 6 to 10 of them, will they end up going up as high as these? Very likely, but it will take time. Alright, it will take time, and I don't think you have the patience for that. So we'll just see how it all turns out. But I expect a ton to sell. I expect potential problems in terms of oversaturation on the Steam market. I believe there will be a point where there'll be far too many people trying to sell these in comparison to genuine demand, genuine people who want to buy it to use it, and it's definitely going to become much worse of a problem around September, October, November time. So there we go. Simple, straightforward answer. You're better off just sticking with a buy order. So on Wednesday night, please consider watching my stream. Look in the description of this video right now. You'll see the links to all my socials. I do stream on Wednesday nights. We will be discussing all the skins, and we'll be considering, do I want to jump in and do a good solid buy order? Will there be problems in the future? And I will probably just stick with doing a $1 buy order on that. So that's my answer. Let's move on to the next skin. Right, so tempered sheet metal double door. If you want to get a much better look at this in game, please consider taking a look at the likes of my rust door rotation video. As you see at the preview there, we compared it with the likes of the Bellum sheet metal double door. Now we do take a much better look at the sheet metal double door for the Bellum generic drop, and that right there is definitely something we're going to be questioning. So looking at all of these, this right here just so happens to be in the rust door, whilst this is going to be given away as of Monday. And as I have already confirmed, not only does it glow, but you have 4 windows here that you can see through. It has transparency. That's being given away for free. Tempered sheet metal double door is $3. Now that might potentially be a bit of a problem for it as time goes on, because it'll be a bit harder for it to retain its price. I'm going to give you a very straightforward answer. Will tempered sheet metal double door, will that ever potentially go below its rust door price? I will give you an answer of, it wouldn't surprise me if it goes down slightly below at some point around September, October, November time, but with what I've seen in the past with tempered deplorables, they tend to be very reliable. Look at them right now. The sheet metal door currently is selling for $6.60. The garage door is currently selling for $13. The large box is currently sitting here at $3.40. And the small box is currently selling at just over $2.80. Now, these two sold so much more compared to the doors here. These were accepted during post-Christmas. These were accepted before Christmas. So less people were playing when these came out in the Rust store. Lots more people were playing during that period of time. And, well, it's the beginning of the summer. We just had June Force White, and this is currently only sitting here at around 12,500 subscribers. It's not that much, but we do have another 5 days. And based on what I saw over here, if I quickly go back over to here, this has just over 9,000 subscribers. If I go to the previous week, I did make this comparison on stream, and I'll do it again. This volcanic furnace had 8,600 subscribers. Clearly, it doesn't match up perfectly with the double door, but it's probably a very close enough thing to compare to. So I go to the previous week. How many subscribers did that have by the end of the week? Just over 20,000. I'm sitting here expecting that the double door very likely will go over 20,000 subscribers. However, will it be affected by the Bellum sheet metal double door generic drop? I don't think so, because we did go through this whole scenario just before with the likes of the garage door and the jacket. So if you don't fully remember, during the likes of Rust Kingdoms, we had both the wool Neff robe and the K Katamina and Krakatee jacket. Now, I mainly thought that this one here would negatively affect that. I thought maybe people probably wouldn't feel the need to want to buy this. Turns out they did, because it almost did 30,000 subscribers. And then with the likes of the garage door, if you can recall, we had the anime garage door right over here. Yep, we had MP Lol's garage door. And I thought, nah, surely not. People wouldn't want to buy this while this is being given away for free. This also did about 28,000 subscribers. Point I'm trying to get across is, don't assume Twitch drops are going to be that much of an impact. So, awkward. But the other thing is that the Bellum thing starts a few days later, when this first, of course, appeared in the Rust store. So, alright then. I get the feeling that this tempered sheet metal double door will actually do perfectly fine in the future, based on what I've seen with the other tempered skins, based on the idea that, well, Milho Frito definitely could end up making even more deplorables. If I go back to the past real quickly, I remember there was an armoured door. Yeah, there was an armoured door, and, oh, okay, well, there's a sleeping bag in the past. Maybe he'll try and do that again. In short, there's still plenty more deplorables he could put out for the tempered collection, which, of course, is one of the biggest collections in all of Rust. Don't be surprised if this gets even more in the future. Don't be surprised if Milho Frito whips out some crazy-looking armoured double door, armoured door, what else is there? Rug? Maybe. Who knows? Just expect, at some point in the future, more deplorables. And the fact that this got accepted, he very likely will probably jump onto that, especially considering that, technically speaking, Chameleon probably might be finished for a while, or he might delve into doing deplorables for that instead. We don't know. We do not know. So if I look over to here real quickly, has anyone asked him, hey, congratulations, are you making any more? And the answer is, no, he hasn't been asked. I mean, I could ask him, but that would be too easy for you, wouldn't it? No. But honestly, I think he'll probably be focusing Chameleon, so maybe we'll see a random one-off extra tempered deplorable skin being produced in the future. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out. Regardless, it looks to be a perfectly fine thing to consider holding on to for at least a year. Whilst we look at all these sheet metal double doors that have so far come out this year, currently all of them are still in the positive. Some of them did dip down in price a little bit. It's unfortunate, but it did happen. With more and more of these coming out, the ones that came out earlier this year have dropped off a little bit, but they're still comfortably in the positive. However, once we reach around, of course, September, October, November, I really do question a lot of things there. We have a lot of things to compare to. We have a lot of options. And, well, I'll be honest with you, not a single one is super standout, because we got a lot of very interesting designs here. And unfortunately, that could be a potential problem for all of them based on, well, maybe none of them will really go up in price that much. However, based on what we're currently seeing here, I mean, I ain't complaining with the current prices at the moment. But remember, that ain't going to last forever. They will go down again. And I will not be surprised if we see some of them going below the Rust store price. So sell them during the likes of the summer whilst you still can. And, well, keep an eye on the workshop, because there very likely might be more appearing at some point. Considering that we just got this accepted now, I know for a fact other skin creators are going to still want to keep putting out very nice double door designs. And if I could just do this real quickly, go to the workshop myself, look at sheet window double doors and look at some of the most recent ones. Yeah, we had some very interesting designs being put out somewhat recently. This is an example for a shroud double door. I was quite surprised to see that wasn't accepted. However, it could still technically be accepted in the next few weeks. So just pointing out, other skin creators are trying, okay? Do not be surprised if we see more. But as of now, you in particular, all by yourself, whilst you are abnormal, of course I still will wait until Wednesday, I am looking at this and still assuming that it will go up in the positive at some point in the future. Will it still go below its restore price? Very likely. Would I be better off doing a buy order? I could do so, yeah. Maybe I will do so. We'll see. But 20,000 subscribers is the estimate. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how it turns out. And of course, if we keep an eye on the workshop, we'll see if Mr. Milho Frito will be immediately jumping on to Chameleon Collection, or will he return and resubmit some sort of tempered deplorable or produce a new one. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's move on to the next skin. MK Ultra MP5. So this is the only skin that's not abnormal this week. However, I am looking at this with some interest, okay? MK Ultra is a very colourful looking set. And I'm under the impression that maybe, just maybe, if we keep getting a few more of these accepted, it might turn around and end up in the positive. Now, this is a very, very, very colourful set to the point that, and you're going to need to watch my raster rotation to see it for yourself. Basically, at night time, you can see these aim sights perfectly fine. The diffuse is so bright that it stands out oh so easily at night time. It doesn't glow, it's just that bright, basically. So, Nightlight, ever since that got introduced, brighter coloured weapon skins and whatnot stand out perfectly at night time. That's a lovely advantage to have, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be wanting to have more of that. So again, please consider watching my roster rotation. Just go to the description, scroll down to the chapter that is the MK Ultra MP5, go watch the video for yourself, you'll see it for yourself. So that right there, that might be an interesting advantage, and we very likely might be seeing even more of them. Now, This started off with the AK-47, and I looked at that, and I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I thought, will this end up doing reasonably okay in the future based on it's just completely different compared to many of the other designs I've seen for AK-47s? When they stand out a lot, when an AK stands out a lot with its coloration and whatnot, by default I'd think, you know what, that actually might do quite alright. And well, unfortunately, we do have quite a few listings below $3 at the moment. Let's just remind myself. Yeah, sold for $3. You got one at $2.48, and then you got 10 at $2.88, and then yeah. So you've got about, let's say, 20 to 30 listings below $3. It's unfortunate, but if we do keep seeing more and more and more, will this become a weapon-only collection, which is a rare sight to see, a weapon-only collection that will be in the positive? Now, if I were to remind all of you of the likes of Redemption Collection last year and Chameleon Collection, initially they were weapon-only collections, which you can see with the first few acceptances. Now, all of those skins were in the positive at one point, but then the Autumn Fall seasonal dip appeared, and then it kind of went a bit awry. But basically, last year, lots of people appreciated the shiny cranberry red designs of Redemption Collection. And they also very much, well, we got Chameleon right there, very much enjoyed the designs, the holographic designs of Chameleon. All of that was a weapon-only collection as well. So, in short, whilst we go through the rest of the summer, will we see more MK Ultra skins being accepted? And its counterpart, its Sweet, what was it called? Sweet Dreams? Both of them very colourful, out of this world, and probably referencing certain, what's the term? Well, one of them appears to be based on LSD, and one of them appears to be based on some sort of hallucinogenic thing. So, basically, I get the feeling that they will be appreciated. I think we will be seeing more of them being accepted, and, well, I think we could potentially see even more of it in the future, not as just a weapon collection, but potentially maybe some clothing and armor, some deplorables. Hessiam, I'd like to see it potentially happen, and I will just like to point out, Hessiam has produced other MK Ultra skins, so I'm pretty sure he will stick with it, because of course it keeps getting accepted, so why wouldn't he? It makes sense, doesn't it? And then, as I said, with the likes of Sweet Dreams, I expect the same thing as well. And currently, that custom SMG is still in the positive, which is quite surprising to me. And that AK, again, as well, not too down bad. More skins we see being accepted, all the better. So we very likely could end up with a situation where we see those both of those AKs being in a positive, and if you know your AK-47 skins, you'd know that most of them hardly ever end up in the positive. There's so many that get accepted. You need to see something really stand out for it to really end up, doing good. So MK Ultra MP5, let's specifically look at MP5s in general at the moment, because unfortunately we have this sort of situation. It's very 50-50. It's not reliable. MP5s as an investment, not reliable. And we should also point out we have Ariat's MP5 being given away for free during the course of Monday to, well, next Monday. So yeah, or technically next Monday is the Monday that's coming where it starts. You get the idea. Basically June 10 to June 17 we're going to have this being given away for free. It's a cool looking design. You've got like the old Nintendo controller there, the holographic coloration. I mean, maybe people just won't feel the need to want to buy the MK Ultra MP5, but that means that likely won't sell too much, and that means, well, all the better for it to rise up in price if we do see it developing into a collection. As of now, 10,000 subscribers. I'm sitting here, I'm going to say my expectations are, well, if I quickly go back over to here, that did 7,000 subscribers in the past. Well, I think we could probably look at the likes of the Black Diamond Thompson, 6,600 subs. Alright, let's go see where you ended up, and we'll probably add on maybe an extra couple thousand. So that did 15,600 subscribers. But we didn't have a Twitch drop out during the same time. Maybe the MP5 does a very similar number to Black Diamond Thompson. Or maybe it does slow down, it just sells a little bit short. We'll see. But it's going to probably be roughly between 15 to 18,000 subscribers by next Thursday. That's not too bad. That should be quite alright, maybe. We'll see. Again, that's not abnormal, so we don't have the abnormal Bildra time advantage to use. And you'll feel very confused in regards to Hedge. What on earth are you talking about with these abnormals and whatnot? Well, please, by all means, go over to my YouTube. How many times have I done this already, this video? Can you please consider watching my weekly Abnormal Barter videos? My Ruskin Abnormal Barters for June 6, 2024. You'll understand pretty quickly the process and how we approach it, how we figure out prices, and of course, I will explain in the description of these videos, there are videos that are provided that will help you understand what an abnormal is. It's a routine process that we do every single week. It's the safest way to approach skins in terms of investments. So give that a good watch, and you'll probably quickly understand how it all works. And don't forget, look in the description of the video so you can just skip ahead to the parts that might be interesting to you, more specifically the actual abnormal barders. Right. MK Ultra, 15 to 18,000 subscribers most likely. Let's move on to the next skin, Junkernaught Metal Door. Right, so has anyone actually asked him yet, hey, you're going to produce another deplorable skin? No one's actually asked him. Okay, well, there we go. That's a bit unfortunate. So, just to get this point across, and we do look at this in the Rust rotation video, this has a window. It's transparent. You can see through it. It's not a big window, though. And if I were to make some comparisons, in the past, we've had the Bombshell Sheet Metal Door and the Brutalist Sheet Metal Door, which also have transparency, also glow in the dark. And, well, they had some very how do I explain this very quickly? They had a very spotty history in terms of their sales. So if I just quickly hop over to here and go take a look at both of them right now, because right now they are in the positive. But during the bad times, aka most recently, during the likes of February and March, they dipped down in price very badly, and it's very, very noticeable. If I could show you the actual page, there we go. So right now this is currently selling for $3, and over to here we have the likes of this. This is currently selling for $4.18. Basically, their Rustore prices almost. But look and see what happened over the past 2 or 3 months. When it came out, a couple months in, good times again. So during this period of time, we went for a bit of an Easter dip. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And the price went below halfway of its price. In short, if that sold for $3, at one point that was sitting there selling for about $1.40. And then over to here, with the likes of the Brutalist Sheet Metal Door, well, this went real low. So, removing liquidity, please. At its lowest point here, this was selling for about $1.80. That sold for $4 in the Rust Store, if I can recall. So, yeah, what do you reckon is going to happen to Junkernaught in the future when we go through another bad period of time, aka the Autumn Fall seasonal dip, September, October, November? Well, I can't help but assume, with that currently selling at $3, it's probably going to get fairly cheap. So, do you still want to jump in and buy it for $3, or would you rather wait and pick these up for a cheaper price down the line? Now, there's a very decent chance that Mr. Fuff, because he hasn't had that many skins accepted, he's going to probably want to follow this trend. Now, are we going to see more Junkernaught weapons, or are we now going to start seeing Junkernaught deplorables? It's in his hands, we shall see, but I reckon we will be seeing some more Junkernaught deplorables. And what happens then? Well, when you have a deplorable collection slowly being built up, you tend to see the pre-existing deplorables go up in price. We have a boost in demand and boost in price. You might remember Shadowborn Collection earlier this year, when more and more skins kept getting accepted. That garage door just kept going up more. That garage door kept going up more and more and more in price. And then when it stopped, everything kind of cooled down a bit. Anyway, Junkernaught Meta Door, I will probably stick with the idea of, at some point later this year, you will get cheaper. And I'm probably just better off picking it up for about $1 to $1.50. If you really want one, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support that skin creator, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out nice and creative designs in the future. But I am sticking with the idea of, I know I can pick that up for a cheaper price later down the line. And sheep in the doors in general right about now, take a look at all of them, take a look at all the ones that came out this year, and you will notice that we've had a lot, and none of them are in the positive. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you get so many. So last year, in total, we got 30 sheep in the doors. So far this year, we're at the halfway point of the year, and we already have 18. I reckon we're going to have the most sheep in the doors accepted in a single year this year, and with so many options to compare to, that leads to problems, because they just don't really rise up in price because of it. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but that is life. So you've been warned, and we'll see what happens next. But, as I said, looking at that, knowing it's abnormal, I can look at it on Wednesday night. I can offer a fairly decent price, and I'll pick these up later down the line, so you get the idea. So, with that, good stuff there, Fuff, so far. I want to see more, and if we do see more deplorables being produced, more doors, I do expect that sheep in the door to have a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price. But how much will we see? Well, the only thing you can do at the very point right here, right now, is, of course, to keep an eye on the workshop. So, yeah, okay. So, that very likely will be going down to around $1 to $1.50 in a few months. But how many sales will it have by the end of the week? Or rather, Thursday. I'm looking at it. If I quickly can refer back to over to here. Well, looking at the skins that sold last week and seeing how much that sold after the first thing. Again, it might just be the same situation in regards to what we had with the likes of the Black Diamond Thompson. That's very likely going to probably end up between 15 to 18,000 sales again as well, much like this. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be the subscriber count. And as I said, you don't really need to rush into it. If you want to pick these up for a cheaper price, you're going to be waiting anyway, so we'll leave it at that. We'll see what happens in terms of potential continuations, but it looks like it's going to do 15 to 18,000 subs. Right, moving on. What do we have going on over here? We have the likes of the Ice Eye tools. Now, these stand out ever so nicely. Look at all the hatchet skins we've had over the past few years. How many of them are nice and colourful like this? Well, you do have Pixel Decay. Pixel Decay sold for 99 cents instead of the normal $1.99. So yeah, that's in the positive at the moment because, well, it started off at a cheaper price, half price basically. But when I look at all of them, we don't have that many super colourful ones. And then when you look at this, it's all blue. It's all blue. Take a look at that. It is pretty cool. The ice in there, the design, the transparency, that looks really nice. And that really got me thinking, maybe, just maybe, this might be the hatchet skin that actually does quite alright. Because for some strange reason, people just don't seem to care for hatchet and pickaxe skins. Take a look at these skins one more time, and notice how many of them are actually in the positive. Now, Pixel Decay is a bit of an anomaly, so let's just not really count that one. But yeah, you'll notice so many of these do end up going down to around $1. They do not retain their value. By default, most of them sell for $1.99. They go down by half their price. Now you might sit there and say, what about Wasteland Hatchet? I think that's getting manipulated. It really does look like it's getting manipulated, so we'll probably just treat that one as an anomaly as well. But yeah, looking at all of these, the only ones that's been doing quite alright in recent times is the Ancient Amber Hatchet. Guess people like glow in the dark, I guess. And then if you go take a look at the pickaxes, same thing. You'll find out that most of them are pretty down bad. So, even the Pixel Decay, but yeah, they're always usually around $1 because they normally sell for $2. And Gothic Warlord is also a skin that looks like it's getting manipulated. And again, Ancient Amber. Ooh. So, we recently did see the likes of the Ice Eye Sword. And we did go through this situation in the past where it's like, well, okay, I've seen many Savage Sword skins in the past, but this looks cool. It was bright, it was blue, it was shiny, it was made of ice. And I thought, you know what? I think that might do quite alright. And the reality was, well, it went down pretty bad initially. It has had a bit of a boost recently, what with these appearing. And the next question is what do we expect next from these? So, has anyone asked, hey, what are you going to produce with this design next? I was talking on chat, and yeah, someone asked, do you reckon you'll make a jackhammer? Because that would be pretty cool, because you meant like a jackhammer in that icy sort of design. It might work. So, we got to see what they do next. Zinc and Gunya do produce a lot of random things every now and then. Zinc's involved with many other collections and whatnot. I don't know what to expect next. I just don't assume it's going to be very, very, very quick. I can still keep an eye on the workshop, you know. I can still keep an eye out and hope to see new skins being produced. But as of now, I haven't seen anything because it's still Saturday. So, right. I still believe that they're very likely going to end up going below the Rustle price at some point, but I just don't think they're going to be going down that badly. They probably only go down to maybe like $1.50. Maybe it's still a little bit lower. That'd be something I'll question on Wednesday night. Both of these skins are abnormal, alright? So, yeah, I think they will perform better, but they still go below, and... well, do we see more? Do we see this developing into the likes of maybe more than just, you know, tools? Do we get weapons? Do we get deplorables? Do we get clothing and armor? I have no idea, but I'm curious. But as of now, it's only tools. And by default, much like with a weapon-only collection, when the collection only consists of tools, we do tend to see the prices not really holding up very well. It's unfortunate, but it keeps happening. And where are these two likely going to end up at? I think it's going to be a solid 15,000 subs by Thursday. So, we'll see. We'll see what that amounts to. But, yeah, I've got my eyes on it. And the Ice Eyes have got their eyes on me as well. Right. Watcher Doom Large Box. So, we've been pretty lucky to see that we had the large box being accepted immediately after the garage door. Now, the garage door went up in price, and that was very cool. But the sheet with the door hasn't really budged that much, and that's kind of concerning to me. Is this all just reaction and not actual genuine demand? I don't fully know. It's got me conflicted. Anyway, you can recall last week we had the clan-based large box, and that only did about just short of 10,000 subscribers. Currently, right now, it's currently in the positive, which is very nice to see. And looking at the progress that this is currently going through, it looks like it's still going to eclipse the clan-based large box. I look at this and I think it's going to do about 12,000 subscribers. But I am conflicted because I don't know if this collection is going to keep continuing. I've mentioned this last week and I'll mention it again. How many deplorable collections have I seen so far this year stop at 2 and 3? A lot. And, well, it's currently at 3. I don't know if the skin creators are definitely going to be producing something very, very quickly, but I'm confident they will be producing something. Whether it's a rug, a furnace, a water purifier, whatever it is, whatever it is. So as long as it's a deplorable, I'm optimistic that it could still work out nicely. But I just don't know if Face Punch is going to be willing. Only one collection so far this year, that was a deplorable collection, got more than 4 skins. And that was the Shadowborn. Now, that was all skins that came out this year. If you were to look at the likes of Neon Vibes, that did get a 5th skin this year, but technically all the other skins came out the year before. But we shall see. There's a lot of attempts every single week, and I just don't know. Like, first of all, I haven't seen them producing a skin currently. It's Saturday. I've got to wait tomorrow and then, of course, the day after to see everything, and then I'll start questioning everything. Regardless, it doesn't matter. So as long as we see some more Watcher Doom skins being produced, I would like to see that work out very nicely. It's just, how many large box skins have we had accepted so far this year? How are they currently all holding up? So if you can recall, we had Pirate Large Box at the very beginning of this year. That did about 17,000 subs almost. That's down by 27%. That's part of a big collection. And yet, down bad. Kokloma's very weird. Now, it's only got 2 skins in its collection, that and a small box. And they're like always sitting around slightly above their Rustle price. Right now, it's slightly below. I don't fully get it. I was never really like a big fan of it, but it had support and people wanted it, so that worked out okay. That's a holiday themed skin, so don't be surprised if that's slightly below its Rustle price. Blocky's a perfect example of a collection that stops at 3. We had the likes of the Sheep with a Door, the large box, and what else did we have? What was the third one? I've already forgotten the third one. The third skin was Garage Door, and that was the first skin to be accepted. Well, what happened now? Well, because we haven't seen any being accepted for a long time, all the skins in that collection are now in the negative. So I'm very worried about Watcher Doom, of course. Shadowborn was alright. It got a lot more skins accepted, 5 in total. A lot of the skins are in the positive at the moment. Sheep with a Door has slightly gone down below its Rustle price, but yeah, most of them are still in the positive, so that's good. And Cloud-Based Surely recently became available. Let's see what you look like after another week. And what's that? What's that we're looking at right here? Well, that happens to be the Bellum generic drop. It is a large box, yes. During the likes of June 10 to June 17, we're going to have a sheet metal double door and a large box being given away as a standard drop. Basically, you could watch any stream on Rust, any Rust stream on Twitch, and so as long as you watch up to 4 hours, you'll get the large box and you'll get the sheet metal double door. You have to watch the streamers to get the streamer-specific skins. So that's nice to see, and of course, if we go over to here, that's not what I was looking for. All the Bellum drops are located right over here. Yep, get a good look at all that. The 2 generic drops there, and all the streamer skins. We've got a hoodie, we've got a face mask, we've got a sleeping bag, we've got a small box, a furnace, a rock, a very cool looking AK. We got the Thompson, the MP5, the SAR, and we also have a bolt action rifle. Very nice to see. Those are your Twitch drops. Make sure you're readily prepared for them. You only have to watch 2 hours of each stream to get the streamer skins, but 4 hours in general to get the likes of the generic drops. Will we see that large box, which is glowing in the dark? It glows in the dark. Hedge, your words, so strange. Will that impact that? I don't think so. It's already done quite a fair bit. But will people want to keep using it? Do people actively want to use Watcher of Doom? Do they find the big eye funny? Is it something they're going to continuously want to use? We've got to keep an eye on that. Ha 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 ha. But basically, I'm not super optimistic, I'm afraid. Again, having seen so many other deplorable collections almost flourish into a much bigger collection and then suddenly stop. I've seen it happen too many times. So, of course, you should understand I'm skeptical. But in regards to that, it looks fine. It's a perfectly fine large box. I reckon that'll probably do around 12,000 subscribers. It should be okay. So if you want one, by all means, grab one for yourself. However, if you're looking at trying to get these and try and make a profit, will that ever go below its Rust price? I wouldn't doubt it. That'll probably go down to between $1 to $1.50 at some point, but it'll probably rise up again in the future. But if we keep seeing more deplorables being produced and accepted, all the better for it, and hopefully we do see some nice boosts in price. And then, for last, we have the likes of Chameleon Tier 2. And they aren't really selling that much, which is quite a surprise. But it's still selling a fair bit more compared to the hoodie and pants. So I've said this in the past. When we have new core pieces, we always have to compare to the previous ones that were accepted. And you might notice a funny situation. For some strange reason, Chameleon Tier 3 is still in the negative, and the hoodie and pants perfectly in the positive. What's happened? Well, this is a perfect example of these sold a fair bit more compared to the hoodie and pants. So there's only so many of these to go around. They all got bought out. There's only higher priced listings left for likes of these hoodie and pants. But because there's so much more of these, they could be replenished. Let's just go take a look at the Steam market and you'll truly understand the difference. There's more of these in circulation. There were more of these that were bought. There's 95 listings of this on the Steam market. Over to here with this face mask, there's 53 listings of this right here. But if we look at the hoodie and pants, much bigger difference. There's only 16 left. Over to here, there's only 20. So there's only so many of these to go around because, well, of course, they sold much less compared to these. And now, when a new core piece was accepted, these went up higher and higher and higher in price. And these, well, because loads more people own them, they just kept throwing on the Steam market, and the price didn't go up that much. Initially, they did. People noticed that came out and these were spiking, so they kept listing, and that unfortunately built up, resistance. Price went back down a fair bit, a little bit, not too low, but it did go lower, whereas these just kept climbing because there wasn't any people to just keep putting them down. Go, oh, I don't have any, I can't make quick profit, no. And of course the gloves as well. Gloves sold even less compared to the hoodie and pants, so they've comfortably risen up in price as well. So there's the awkward situation that there's nothing really to follow this that's going to give that a boost. There's no other core piece. This is the final one. There are still boots, and I said this on, during the Rust rotation video. Don't be surprised if the boots appear for complete the sets at some point in August or September. The boots were submitted with the gloves. Only the gloves got accepted. What type of situation have I seen in the past where something exactly played out like that? Well, you only got to go back 2 weeks. We had the Abyss boots, didn't we? I keep sitting here saying this really did feel like a May complete the sets. Well, we randomly got 2 pairs of boots, and well, that only supports the idea more so, but in short, when this was submitted, it wasn't all by itself, it came out with the boots. However, only the gloves got accepted, and then a few months later, in the definitely not complete the sets for May, these boots were accepted. So same thing will very likely happen with the Chameleon set. So back over to here. Will boots give the Chameleon set a bit of a boost? It very likely will. It did for the Abyss collection. So, okay, that's cool. Anything else? Well, we could potentially see a jacket on the horizon, maybe. I don't know if Milho's definitely feeling up for that, but I do believe he did want to start doing deplorables at some point, and that very likely could be something that happens soon. More weapons, potentially? Yeah, again, wouldn't doubt it. I'm pretty sure he can do a lot of resubmissions. We've seen the likes of L96. We've seen the likes of Double Barrel Shotgun. Was that never accepted? No. Okay, there you go. That's another one. So, yeah, plenty of things he could just resubmit or redo or, you know, completely do from scratch. But with these currently sitting at about 7,000 subscribers, where they're likely going to end up at, I think they're going to be, of course, selling more than the hoodie and pants. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking it's probably going to be just short of the tier 3. It's going to probably be around 12,000 subscribers for these. And that's fine. Kilt will sell more, just to point out. It already is. It's selling more compared to the coffee can and the vest. But that always usually is the thing that becomes the most expensive by default. It's more in demand because it goes with the tier 2 armor and the tier 3 armor. But yeah, if that still sells less than these, it's going to probably have a pretty interesting future ahead of it. So as long as the collection remains in demand, all of this should be fine as time goes on. Right now, these are currently struggling a little bit because there's more of these compared to these, but give it time. Hopefully it gets appreciated. Hopefully it does work out all right. But it is shiny, and I don't think people want to be shiny. I did bring that up during the Rust rotation stream, but hey, it is what it is. So anyway, in short, it looks to be okay. I think we do want to stick with doing a buy order. I do believe at some point in the future these will start to go down a fair bit. With the hoodie and pants, they did kind of struggle a little bit initially. They only were slightly above their Rust price. The tier 3, they went down to around $1.50 each when they sold for $2 each. So I don't think Chameleon's going to always be super, you know, happy and great and whatnot. I probably will be sticking with a lower price buy order. Just out of cautiousness. Because I know, you know, autumn, fall, seasonal dip, bad things happen. Oh no. I do hope it rebounds and does very nicely during the likes of post-Christmas. But I've seen the behaviour so far and I'm just a bit cautious. That's all. Right then, guys. So we just went through all the skins. Hope you enjoyed all of that. Some things are looking to be pretty okay. Some not so much. And some of them, it's just a simple case of, yeah, I'm just going to stick with doing a buy order. So just to repeat, I believe the Neon Small Med Storage is going to probably do around 50,000 subscribers, which is absolutely absurd. And I really do believe are much better off with, you know, just sticking with doing a buy order. If you want to buy a bunch of them, if you want to buy one for yourself, by all means, go buy one. That's fine. But if you want to buy a lot of them, wait until around October. Do not be surprised if they get cheaper. Tempered Sheet Metal Double Door, I'm looking at you and I'm definitely expecting around 20,000 plus subscribers. Maybe around 22 potentially. But yeah, even with that double door, the Bellum Sheet Metal Double Door that's coming out for free as of Monday, I don't think it's going to impact that much. And the fact that we've had plenty of other tempered doors in the past and other deplorables, and they very likely could be even more produced at some point in the future, I think it will be in the positive at some point. It's just, yeah, I probably will just stick with a barge on you as well. MK Ultra, I said this earlier, I think you'll do around 15 to 18,000 subscribers. Bright and Colourful, will we see more? Keep it on a workshop. Junkernaught Metador, same thing, 15 to 18,000. I hope to see more of this. Wouldn't surprise me if we see the very simple Sheet Metal Double Door submission. I mean, that's going to probably be very easy for him to do. And that's another double door on the horizon. Tools, I believe you're going to probably reach up to about 15,000 sales. You're bright, you're blue, you're icy. And I would like to see some weapons. I would like to see some clothing and armour with the likes of that. Deplorables sounds good as well, but it's up to Zinc and Gunya. We shall see. Watcher of Doom, 12,000 subs. And the likes of Chameleon, I think they're going to do around 12,000. With the likes of these two, probably doing about 500 to 1,000 subs less. Not surprising if it happens. Right then, so is there anything Hedge should probably quickly talk about before we wrap this up? Yep, the sales. So, if I could just quickly point over to here. We've had a pretty decent player count over the course of this weekend. Hopefully it stays strong during the rest of this month. Kids are out of school in North America, summer vacation, playing Rust, not a care in the world. Good for them. But in short, have we noticed any skins rising up in price ever so nicely? Oh yes. If we go to take a quick look at the front page of the Rust Steam Market, we've got the kilt here for Whiteout Collection, we've got the hoodie, we've got Comics AR. So what's going on? Why are these on the front page? Well, you shouldn't be too surprised to understand that Whiteout Collection tends to be one of the more in-demand collections. And right now, this is currently sitting here at $15. Now, that's a straggler. After that, it's immediately up to $17. So let's just go take a look at sales history. And what do we see? Oh yeah, it's reaching up to a new all-time high price. And then over to here, I look at the likes of the whiteout hoodie. Are you following suit, or are you getting close? So let's go find out. Only 35 listings on the Steam market. Its cheapest listing is $12.44. As I go over to here, what are you looking like? Well, same thing. All-time high price. Oh, someone sold theirs for super cheap. Oh dear. But yeah, post-Christmas, just a few months back, we were doing pretty good back then, but we've surpassed that easily. So Whiteout Collection comfortably rising to all-time high prices. We've also got the Comics AR, very likely being used with the likes of Whiteout Collection. You're currently sitting there at just over $10. I look at your sales history, and lo and behold, that's also reaching a new all-time high price. I could probably go take a look at the likes of Forest Raiders Collection as well. That's reaching new all-time high prices. That's only getting more and more expensive. People are buying out all the meta collections, all the camouflage collections and whatnot. The prices are going up ever so nicely. Now, I'm surprised to see it says $281 at the moment. Just a few days back, all of these were selling for over $300. And if I go look at Whiteout Collection, yeah, that's going to be, of course, reaching a new all-time high price. So, yeah, skins are getting bought out, prices are improving, and it's a splendid time to sell if you really want to. So please consider looking at your Rust skins. Let's just refresh here. There you go. I can make this a lot more neater. Come on. Price it out nicely. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, you could do it. No, you can't. You useless, stupid extension. Right, try again. Right, what if I go over here a couple times? Then you do it. This is a bad look. Can you do it now? No! Come on! You could do it! No? Yes? Yeah, there we go. Right, finally. God. Yeah. Start looking at all of your skins and start questioning, maybe I might want to sell now. Because remember, whilst the prices are doing very nicely at the moment over the course of this summer, much like it, as we expected, and much like what we've seen in previous years, it will go down in just a few months' time. As of September, loads of kids will return back to school, demand for skins will drop, prices will follow, and unfortunately, we will be looking at potentially all-time lows for prices of these skins based on this year. So it's not going to be all-time lows in all of its existence, but a lot of skins will be at their lowest point at some point around October time. So if you consider selling your skins now, right, grab all that sweet, delicious profit, then look at all the skins again in the future, in October time, pick them up for a much cheaper price. Not only will you have a ton of profit, but if you just wait until January time, January 2025 time, you'll be able to sell them all again and get your money back and even more. Yeah. So sell now, get a lot of money, wait till October, grab a whole bunch of stuff again, meta skins as well. Wouldn't doubt it that they'll go up in price again eventually, because of course, around January time, loads of people have time off again, loads of people play Rust again, demand for skins go up even higher. We're seeing all-time high prices currently for the likes of Whiteout and Forest Raiders Collection. They will dip during the likes of October time. They will rise back up again and potentially reach another all-time high price around January time. Yes, this is long-term thinking. However, it works. It's a routine thing that happens every single year. We see nice rises in price during the likes of summer and, of course, at the very beginning of the year with the likes of post-Christmas, because that is when a lot of people play, and it's not too hard to notice. As I scroll down over to here, January, 90,000 average players, ridiculous amount of people playing during the peak, and then last year's summer, same thing, all right? So that's for you to consider, all right? But also, with every single barter that you've done so far this year, you do need to keep track, all right, of all the barders that you've made, okay? It is something that you will be having to be concerned about. Not right now during the summer, I guess, but as we slowly get out of it. So, appreciate it whilst you can. Enjoy the sun, if you can. But, yeah, that's that. I had a long yapping session and I hope you appreciated it. I hope you took in all the necessary information. Sorry for always pointing out saying, could you go look at this video? Could you go look at that video? But it saves me from yapping for another 10 minutes, all right? So if you want to truly understand the situation in regards to Neon Small Storages, 16 minutes right there. And if you want to get a much better look at all the skins, really, honestly, please consider watching this video here. Because, when it came to the likes of the double door, for example, if I just skip ahead a little bit, we get a proper look at both of those doors. We make comparisons and we, get a good idea of how it looks, nighttime, the glow in the dark, the usefulness of the transparency of the double door there that's being given away for free, the generic drop for Bellum. Yeah, so give it a shot. I'd be greatly appreciative of it. And keep an eye on the likes of my Twitter as well, because over the course of this weekend, I will be retweeting all the people who announce all the new skins that they're working on. And if you want to go sort that out yourself, I would always say, keep an eye on the workshop yourself if you've got the likes of a followed authors list. But if you don't want to set one up for yourself, always look at micro522.com instead. Just go to date submitted, click it once, and you'll be aware of all the newest skins that have been uploaded. And that's a collection continuation right there. Quarantine Garage Door. Ho ho ho. So yeah, keep up to date with all the new things that are being submitted. And it's as simple as that. So yeah, that is everything. Let's see what happens from here and now. Are you going to update? Oh, there you go. Blackout collection's getting bought out. Whiteout. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, lots of meta skins. Lots of meta skins. Cool. So best of luck to you and your investments. And I might make a video talking about wanting to sell during the likes of summer, because lots of things are really going up at the moment. Because, of course, as I said, lots of people playing. So, yeah, simple as that. Thank you very much. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.